Come on in, come on in. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody. Today I will be discussing to you all the importance of boundaries. Well, I want y'all to see this. Boundaries. And these boundaries, who are they for? Everybody. Say it with me. Boundaries. Who are your boundaries for? Everybody. Okay, the thing about boundaries is boundaries only work when it apply to everybody. You can't set boundaries for one person, but allow the next person to get away with the very same thing. So what you do is you decide, you write it down, what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. Now, me personally, I have a 1 to 2 time rule, and this is only based off of the person. If I set a boundary and somebody crosses my boundary and I let them know, hey, I explained to you what my boundary was and you crossed it, why? If they can give me a valid explanation and it was a mistake, because sometimes mistake happens, sometimes you might set a boundary and a person will forget. That's why I say I have a 1 to 2 time rule depending on the person. You might set a boundary and a person might forget. So once I let them know I set a boundary and you crossed it, why? If they tell me I apologize, it was a mistake, and I feel like they being genuine, I will give them a second chance. If I tell them the first time you cross my boundary and they ignore it and they brush it off, you're done. You're done. I have no reason to continue on with you in any kind of way. You're done, because that lets me know you have no respect for my boundaries. And if you can't respect my boundaries, you can't respect me. So your boundaries has to apply to everybody across the board. It's no exceptions to the rules. Like I said, I have a 1 to 2 time rule, and that's based on the person. If you sincere and you apologetic, I will give you a second chance. If you decide to do it again, I'm done. I'm done. I cannot carry on with you. I gave you one chance. You apologize. I give you another chance. You do it again. That lets me know that that apology was not sincere and it was not valid. You have to set boundaries to everybody. It don't matter whether it's your family, your brother, sister, mother, father, cousin, boss at work, your spouse. Boundaries is set to everybody across the board, and there's no exceptions. There's no exceptions. And the reason why is because if you make an exception to one person, then that's like making an exception to everybody. If you let one person break your boundary in this line right here is no longer valid. It's no longer valid. The only way this line right here, this boundary that you set right here, this line, your boundary line, the only way that line is valid is if it applied to everybody that you come in contact with. No exceptions to this rule. Everybody. So what I need y'all to do, sleep on it, wake up with a fresh mind, get a pad and a pen, and write down what you won't tolerate and what you will not let people do to you that you don't like. Write those two things down. What you won't tolerate and what you won't allow people to do to you. The things that you won't allow people to do to you, which is really like what you won't tolerate. So write a long list of the things that you will not tolerate. You have zero tolerance for these things. That list of things you have zero tolerance for, that have to apply to everybody that you come in contact with. Boundaries. That's where it all starts. It starts with boundaries. Boundaries and consequences for crossing your boundaries. My consequences is one or two times. You have one or two times, and you will only get that second time based off of your explanation to me why you crossed my boundaries in the first place. Boundaries. Who it apply to? Everybody. Is there any exceptions to this rule? Absolutely not.